when you tune in, drop a comment, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if you've sat through many of these meditations before. And yeah, we'll have a little bit of a chat before we come to the practice. So let me know if you've had any meditation practice before, or if this is your first time doing anything like this. In fact, tends to be, if you've never done any practices like this, meditation or relaxation, the first one you do is, incredible. For myself, I got into meditation. Well, I thought I was meditating for ages. I was practicing, and every day I'd sit down and do what I thought was a meditation practice, but nobody ever taught me. I didn't really know what I was doing, and so it was a matter of kind of just figuring it out, continuously exploring and trying to experiment, really. So for me, my first proper meditation experience, I was actually at a festival. I was I think it was the Isle of Wight. The festival was called Festival. And I ended up walking into this field. It was a field, all the other, the area of the festival was over this way, but this one field was over this way. And I was just walking around one day and found myself walking into this field. And as I'm walking along, this woman walks out of a tent and walks straight up to me and goes, "Hello, have you meditated before?" And I was like, well, yes, actually. Bit of ego, yes, I do meditate. And I think she maybe even asked, how long do I meditate for? And I must have said 15, 20 minutes or something like that, which might have been at the time, a bit of an exaggeration. Anyway, she invited me into the tent she had come out of, and it was a group meditation that was happening. And so I went into this tent, and weirdly enough, the tent was full. So it was a big circle tent. The tent was full up. There's people sat all around the edges. So there was nowhere for me and my friend to sit. And so we walk into this tent and we sort of look around, and this woman who's leading the meditation says, "Oh, just sit right here." And so we end up sitting right in the middle of this tent, everybody around us sitting in front of this meditation teacher, which was a strange setup. Anyway, very strange situation. Anyway, I believe these meditators, they were with the David Lynch Foundation. They were David Lynch Foundation meditation practitioners. Anyway, so they start taking us through a guided meditation, and again, this was my first meditation practice outside of just me sitting in my room. And I can't even remember what the meditation was really, and it was guided. She was guiding us through the experience. But I'm sitting there in this meditation, my eyes are closed, and I just see this, it was like a blue light, and just whoop. And I was like, whoa, it was really profound. It was really exciting, and it was like, what was that? I've never experienced anything like that before. I was someone that had never had the ability to kind of visualize or see things with my eyes closed. So to see this big blue light, it was like, oh, what was that? And in that moment, I knew I had to become a meditation teacher. That was like the message of this blue light. It was be a meditation teacher. And I was like, right, and that's literally what led me on my journey to, I guess, me being here, basically. So, if you've never done anything like this before, and things like, if anybody's ever had of sound baths, absolutely fantastic. So the practice we're going to do today is like 50% of the component of a sound bath, which is just, you laying on your back. The other half of the practice is you would have a teacher, a facilitator, whatever title they like to call themselves, but they're playing instruments like singing bowls and gongs and all manner of beautiful instruments. And so you just lay there, and it's a really incredible experience, really, intense, but not in like a overwhelming way, intense in like a really beautiful experience. And I know so many people who, they've done that for their first time, and every time that they come back out of it, they're like, what was that? Absolutely incredible. Never experienced anything like that before in their lives. And I find that anybody that does one of these things once and does get that really incredible experience, they continue with it, because it's just, there's something in it. So if you ever tune into any of these meditations and you get that experience, that'd be a really nice comment to read. So please feel free to let us know. Let us know how the experience is. Even if you like the meditation or relaxation, if you don't enjoy it, that's also part of the process. Sometimes, as I explained last month in the last meditation that I did, the mental health week, sometimes you sit down to meditate and you don't have a good experience. You come out of it and actually you've kind of opened the lid to something that needs addressing, but these are things that need addressing. So you gotta sit with it. You gotta pay these things attention. If they're there for a reason. So got someone tuning in from Suffolk, UK. Trying to join live on the meditation, or if not, watching the catch up. Great weather if you can just sit and breathe and eat ice cream. Definitely, yeah. I'll tell you what, everybody that does this practice today, so we're going to do relaxation, but you can also do it as a meditation. My recommendation for today is, if you do this practice in this video, then you have earned yourself an ice cream. So I'm giving you full permission after this to treat yourself. Go outside with a nice, tasty ice cream. Right, I think I've been waffling on for long enough now, so we will get started. Yes, today's practice, very, very simple. You are going to lay on your back. So you're going to find a space on the floor. Again, this is sun lounger appropriate, so you can do this on a sun lounger, nice and flat. The most important thing is that your spine is perfectly supported. So you're laying on a firm surface, not on a bed, not on a sofa, something that's flat and relatively firm. So your spine's not out of alignment. And that is all you're going to have to do to sort of prepare for this practice. And then as you're laying there, what we're going to do is take our awareness, take our attention to each part of the body. So piece by piece, part by part. So for example, at some point I'll say, bring your focus, bring your attention to your right hand, right? And so you're going to inhale as you breathe in, and you're going to squeeze, clench, tighten, press, pull all the muscles in that part of the body, okay? So squeezing, inhaling, breathing as tight as you can. Feel every single part of that area of your body working, engaging, activating. And then when you exhale, you let go. Now, notice how, as I'm releasing, I'm not opening my hand back out, okay? So that requires me, working the muscles. That requires me actively doing something, and that is not a natural movement. That's me controlling the movement, right? So the release is just letting go, and if that's how your hand remains, that's how your hand remains, okay? So piece by piece, part by part, we're going to work our way through the body. Tense, release, tense, release, tense, release. By the end of the practice, you will have contracted, engaged, worked every part of your body, and at the same time, you'll have softened and relaxed that same area of every area of your body, the whole of your body, right? And then once we've done that, once we've worked through the whole of the body, then we can just lay, be still, and enjoy a bit of deep rest and relaxation. Me guiding you is probably going to take about 20 minutes roughly. So it's going to be a 20-minute practice. But if you can give yourself 45 minutes to an hour, that is when some really deep level of relaxation occurs. When I was doing this practice in the early days, before I was kind of able to be more relaxed, I guess, essentially, I would know when that sort of 45 minutes to an hour time period was happening, because things like my arm would just like that along the floor, so I'd be laying there completely still, just relaxing, and then a whole limb would just shoot along the floor. And what's happening there is such a deep level of release, that there's so much tension held deep inside the body that you're otherwise sort of unable to access, that when it releases, it triggers a movement. So if you do give yourself a nice long period of time to do this relaxation practice, and there are big twitches or spasms or whatever the body just does naturally, absolutely perfect. That is a really deep level of release happening in the body and therefore in the mind. Okay, so we will begin. Feel free to provide yourselves with some spa music, ocean sounds, whale songs, whatever you would like to set up your environment, create your space. But otherwise, find a space on the floor or on your sun lounger. Come to laying on your back and have your feet apart, have space between the legs. Have your arms away from your body, space in the armpits. And then try and bring every vertebrae in your spine to make contact with the floor beneath you. So lower back, between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, the chin will tuck in slightly as you press down into the floor. And then release, let go, soften, nothing more to do. If as you lay here, you're feeling some pulling, some discomfort in your lower back, then bend your knees, place your feet about hip width, if not wider apart, and then rest your knees against each other. So this will take tension out of your lower back, but also it means that you don't have to hold your legs there. You're not engaging the body to hold the legs in place. So you can still relax. And so nothing left to do. Finding stillness. Breathing normally. Breathing naturally. Easy breathing. Taking a moment to settle, to come into this space. Bringing your awareness into your breath, into your body. Now, as you begin to settle, start deepening your breath. Deep belly breaths in and out through the nose. Every inhale, breathing into your belly. Fill your lungs. Every exhale, squeezing all the breath out of your body. Deeper breaths in, longer breaths out. No thoughts need thinking about. There is nowhere else to be. So beginning with our practice, first of all, bring your focus, your awareness to your right foot. As you take a deep breath in, squeeze the toes, press the heel down, clenching, squeezing, pressing all the muscles in the right foot. As you exhale, releasing, relaxing, letting go. Bringing your attention up from the foot into the right lower leg, the shin, the calf muscle. Taking a deep breath in, squeezing, pressing, benching, tightening. Squeeze as you inhale deeper, pressing harder, tightening the muscles. As you exhale, softening, releasing, letting go. Awareness rising up into the right thigh, hamstrings, quads, connecting with all the muscles. And as you take a deep breath in, squeezing, clenching, putting all the muscles into the thigh bone, nice and strong, breathing in. As you exhale, releasing, relaxing, letting go. And bringing our focus into the left foot. Again, as you breathe in, clenching, squeezing, pressing, tightening, engaging everything in the left foot as strong as you can, breathing in deeper. As you exhale, softening, relax. Coming up into the left lower leg. Again, all the muscles, everything around the bones, squeezing in, breathing in deeper, pressing, pulling, tightening, breathing in more. And then as you exhale, releasing, relax, relax. We're bringing our focus into the left thigh. Again, all the muscles, everything in the left thigh. As you inhale, as strong as you can, squeezing, pulling, tightening, constricting, contracting. As you exhale, release, let go. Bringing your focus into your left buttock. Breathing in, squeezing this muscle, pulling it in, pressing it down, engaging, activating, strengthening. As you exhale, softening, relax the muscle. Shifting your focus into your right buttock. Same again. With a deep breath in, squeeze, press, tighten, clench, pull. Breathing in deeper, squeezing harder. With the exhale, release, relax. Focusing now on your pelvic floor muscles, connecting to this area of your body. And as you take a deep breath in, pull, squeeze, lift these muscles up into the body, engage them. Feel them working, breathing in deeper. And as you exhale, softening, relaxing, release. And now, connecting to the whole of your pelvis, all of your hips. Taking a deep breath in, squeeze, clench, pull, tighten, press, everything squeezing into the pelvis, into the bone, tightening both buttocks, pelvic floor muscles. As you exhale, release, relax, relax. Awareness rising up into the lower back, connecting to this area of your body. And as you breathe in, squeeze the muscles into the back, into the bone, into the spine, pull them in, press them down into the floor. And as you exhale, softening, release, relax. Moving our attention around to the front of the body, the abdomen, the belly of the stomach. Taking a deep breath in, expand the belly, push your belly button out away from you, breathing in deeper. As you exhale, soften the stomach, relax. Staying in the same area. Taking a deep breath in, but this time pulling the belly button into the spine. Breathing into this small space as deep as you can. And as you exhale, softening, relax. Guiding your attention up into the chest, coming to the breast. Pectoral muscles as you inhale, squeeze the chest in, into the rib cage, into the body, pull them in, breathing in deeper, squeezing harder. As you exhale, soften your chest, relax. Bringing our focus around into the top of the back, the shoulder blades. Taking a deep breath in, pulling the shoulder blades in together, tightening, squeezing, pulling them in, pressing them down. And then as you exhale, softening your back, relax. Bringing our attention now into the right hand. With a deep breath in, make a fist, squeezing the right hand, the fingers, the thumb, the palm, squeezing the fist as tight and as strong as you can. Breathing in deeper. And then as you exhale, letting go, relax. Bringing your attention into your right forearm. all the muscles, everything around the bones. You inhale, squeezing, compressing, tightening, pulling everything in as strong as you can, breathing in deeper. And then as you exhale, release, relax, let it go. Our focus moving up into the right upper arm, the bicep, the tricep. With a deep breath in, constricting, squeezing, contracting, pressing, pulling as strong as you can. Squeeze the muscles. As you exhale, relax, let it go. Guiding our attention now into the left hand. Again, as you breathe in, squeezing into a fist, squeezing the fist as strong as you can, breathing in deeper, squeezing harder, pulling, pressing. As you exhale, soften your hand, relax. Focusing now on the left forearm. Again, with a deep breath in, squeeze the muscles, compressing, contracting, constricting, breathing in deeper, squeezing harder. And as you exhale, soften, release, let it go. Bringing your attention into the left upper arm. Again, the bicep, the tricep. With a deep breath in, contracting, constricting, squeezing, pulling, pressing. Feel this part of your body, everything working as you breathe in deeper. And as you exhale, soften the arm. Let it go. Our attention now coming into our shoulders. As you take a deep breath in, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Lift the shoulders, pull them in, squeeze them in, press them back. As you exhale, relaxing the shoulders, let them go. Bringing our attention now into our neck. With your next breath in, lifting your head as high off the floor as you can. Lifting your head, stretching the back of your neck. And then as you exhale, gently placing your heads back on the floor. Staying here with the neck. With your next breath in, pressing your head into the floor. Nice and strong, pressing the head down. Feel the strength of your leg working, pressing the head back. And as you exhale, relaxing the neck, softening the body. Bringing your attention, your focus into your jaw. With a deep breath in, open your mouth as wide as you can, stretching your jaw. Nice and big, open the mouth, stretch the muscles. Soften your jaw. The jaw soft, the teeth are not together. Relax. bringing your focus, your attention into your face, your cheeks, lips, nose, eyes. With your next deep inhale, scrunching your face, squeezing everything in, constricting, contracting, pulling, squeezing in, everything scrunching as strong as you can. Feel your face, everything working, every muscle engaging. And then you exhale, softening your face, relax. Bringing your attention into your brow, your forehead. With a deep inhale, raising your eyebrows, furrow your brow, stretch the muscles, open the eyes as wide as you can. As you exhale, softening your face, let it go. And then we bring our attention to the last part of the body, coming to the crown of our head. Here, nothing to do. Just bring your attention here and be aware that this part of you exists. Maybe you can feel something, or you feel nothing. Either way, feel the something, feel the nothing. And so finally, with our next deep inhale, we'll do the whole of the body. Every muscle, every ligament, every tendon, everything. Taking a deep breath in, everything squeezing, everything contracting. Feet, hands, face, stomach, chest, shoulders. Engage every part of your body. Squeeze the neck, squeeze the shoulders, inhaling deeper, everything working. Final time, feel every single muscle in your body. And then with a deep, long exhale, relaxing every part of your body. Softening, releasing, letting go. So that is the guided part of the relaxation. If you have the time, feel free to stay here for longer. Otherwise, when you're ready, coming out, gently preparing to continue your day. And there we go. A nice little 20 minutes relaxation. But of course, if you are staying for longer, then enjoy. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care.